When her son moved the family to Canada, Bia was 71 years old. He called every Sunday, 9 o'clock her time, 2 o'clock theirs. She could hear the children in the background, Leo, who was 4, and his baby sister Mira, laughing at something she couldn't see. She had not seen their faces in 14 months. One Tuesday afternoon, her neighbor Pat came round for tea and showed her something on a small tablet. "It's called a video call," Pat said. "You can see them while you talk." Bia looked at the tablet the way you look at something that seems like a trick. "That's not real," she said. Pat smiled. "Yes, it is. Try." It took Pat 20 minutes to walk her through it. How to open the application, how to press the green button, how to hold the tablet still and not cover the camera with her thumb. Bia held it like it might break or disappear. Then, the screen changed. A room appeared. Bright, Canadian, her daughter-in-law waving. And then, Leo, 4 years old, in his pajamas, even though it was 2 in the afternoon there. He saw the screen. He saw her. And he waved. With his whole arm, from the shoulder, the way only small children wave, as if the whole body needs to be involved in the saying of hello. Bia burst into tears before she could say a word. Not sad tears. The other kind. The kind that come when something you had given up on suddenly arrives. After that first call, Bia did not miss a single Sunday. Not one. She learned to unmute herself. That took 2 weeks. And to find the camera. And to hold the screen still enough that the children could see her face rather than the ceiling. She watched Leo learn to walk. She watched him fall and get up and fall again on a screen 7 time zones away. And she said, "Up you get, sweetheart," with the same voice she had used with his father 30 years before. She watched him say his first full sentence. She watched him hold up a piece of paper with the word CAT written on it in enormous wobbly letters, his first word that he could read himself, and she clapped until her hands hurt. It was not the same as being there. She knew that. The screen was cold where her arms would have been warm. The connection dropped sometimes at the worst moments. She went anyway. Every Sunday. Same chair, same cup of tea, same 9 o'clock. Because some presences are better than no presents. And love does not require a room. There were things the screen could not carry. The smell of her house, that specific mixture of biscuits and lavender and something older, something that was just Bia. The weight of her hand on the back of a small head. The sound of her kettle, which had one particular note that meant someone is about to be taken care of. These things did not travel through Wi-Fi. Leo understood this in the way children understand things before they have words for them. One afternoon, when he was 5, he pressed his nose against the tablet screen and looked at her very seriously and said, "Grandma, why do you live inside the tablet?" Bia laughed, the full laugh, the one that started in her stomach. Then she leaned toward her own screen, nose to nose with him, or as close as 2 screens and 7,000 miles would allow, and said, "I don't, sweetheart. I live in your heart. The tablet is just the door." Leo considered this. Then he nodded, very seriously, as if that was the most sensible thing he had ever heard. When Leo was 6, the family came home for Christmas. Bia was at the airport 2 hours early. She had been there 2 hours early for every airport pickup in her entire life. This time felt different. Leo came through the arrivals gate holding his father's hand. He stopped. He had never seen her in a room before. Not really. She had always been a rectangle of light on a screen, and now she was here, full size, with her good coat on and her arms already open, and he walked toward her slowly, the way children walk toward something they want to make sure is real. He reached up, put both hands on her face, felt her cheeks, her nose, the soft skin beneath her eyes. Then he said, quietly, to himself as much as to her, "You're real." Bea couldn't speak. She pulled him in and held him for a very long time. Long enough that his father had to clear his throat. Long enough that Mira started pulling on her sleeve. Long enough that the people walking past looked over and looked away again, because some things are too private to watch and too beautiful to completely ignore. Here is what Bea's story means. Technology is not the opposite of love. Sometimes it is the only thing standing between love and nothing at all. Use the door. Whatever the door is, use it. The person on the other side has been waiting.